Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT, and welcome back to another episode of the Houston Texans Madden 17 Connected Franchise Series. Before we jump into today's episode, I do have to warn you guys, I'm recording this using a different kind of software, and it's been kind of sketchy on my streams that I've been doing on YouTube lately. So if for some reason in my streams, my voice gets out of sync with my face, and if it randomly does that throughout this recording, I apologize, but I'm just going to test it out and see if it works, because if it does, it's really going to help me out for this series moving forward, make it a lot easier to edit. Secondly, speaking of my streams, if you guys think once I finish the trade deadline, I should maybe do 1 or 2 episodes just as a live stream on my YouTube channel, let me know and I'll be sure to do that as well, but that's only if you guys want to see that, so let me know in the comments below. And secondly, this is the second to last episode before the trade deadline, so if I don't go after your trade today, be sure to leave your suggestion in the comment section below, because it's technically going to be the very last episode you can suggest your trade suggestions. So be sure to do that in the comments below. I think that's everything. We have a couple trades we are going to go after, some superstar players, so I'm not going to guarantee we actually get a player in today's episode. We will 100% use everything we have to get a player next episode if it doesn't go through today's episode, but we'll just have to see. So hopefully you guys do enjoy today's episode, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. If we can continue the trend of 2,000 likes on every episode, that would be absolutely incredible. With that said, let's jump into the episode. So the first trade that we are going to go after with 213 thumbs up. Like I said, pretty much every player we're going after in today's episode is a superstar, and we're just going to mess around and see if we could potentially make the deals happen, and if they don't, I'm sorry, but we're at least going to attempt it. So with 213 thumbs up, we are going to the Redskins. Going to be trying to get Josh Norman. It's going to be difficult, but we're going to try. Let's see what they want. They want a cornerback, a right end, quarterback, free safety, and defensive tackle. So we're going to go to the cornerback position, see if they're interested in either of these guys, and they are not. Now we're going to move on to the right end position and see if we have anybody backing up Jadeveon Clowney. They're interested in Trey Hendrickson, and they're not. So I'm not liking my chances here. At free safety, we have Jabril Peppers, who they aren't interested in either. So like with these big players, I think you can't even just offer draft picks. You have to have players at positions of need for them to make it actually be like a realistic possibility. Next, at defensive tackle, I have Dontari Poe, but I don't think I'm going to trade him away. How about one of these two guys by chance? And they're not. Man, so I think I'm out of luck with Josh Norman, because I can't even just offer draft pick because we'd be under the cap. So let me just see if there's any players I could add to this deal to make it go over the cap. Ryan Switzer, I'm just trying to see. We need somebody else that's under or over $1 million. Andre Johnson is over $1 million. How about Davin Joseph? That's one. So let's throw in a next year's first round draft pick and just see how close this right here is. And if it's not like halfway through, it's not even going to be a possibility. Yeah, like that's going to be like, I'm going to throw in this first round draft pick. I don't even think I need to, but like I think it'll probably like not even be out of the orange. Yeah, see, we're gonna have to have, if we want to get a player like Josh Norman, it's gonna take a bunch of pieces for me going out and trading for positions of needs for the Redskins, and then putting those players into a trade. But that's not necessarily what I'm willing to do in today's episode. Maybe if it takes to land a superstar in next episode at the trade deadline, because we are at least gonna get one more superstar in this team, maybe I'll do that next episode. But as of right now, we're just going to chill on Josh Norman. Like I said, it's not a fact that we're actually going to get a player in today's episode. But like I said, going to at least attempt it. We try that with Josh Norman, and it just ain't going to happen. So the next player with 254 thumbs up is another superstar for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is none other than Mike Evans. He's a 90 overall, and this could actually potentially work because he's only worth 90K. But with that being the case, he's probably a lot harder to get. So let's see if they're interested in any of our players. So at cornerback, that's their number one need. You have Jonathan Joseph and Kevin King. I don't think any team is going to be interested in either of those guys. So at wide receiver, we don't have, who was it? It wasn't Willie Snead. What? We had a wide receiver. I've done forgot his name that we were going to use in a big trade, but we used him in last trade to get Eric Berry, or last episode. So Ryan Switzer by chance, not interested in him either. God, see, this is why it gets so hard closer to the trade deadline in these series is they are interested in a middle linebacker. Benardick McKinney, would I be willing to trade him away? Y'all probably lose your mind. if I traded him away. Let me see what this is like straight up. And see, I don't even know. It would take me probably using Bernard McKinney and a couple draft picks to make this deal go through. But it looks like it could potentially happen. But the thing is, I don't know if you guys want me to trade him away. So we'll chill right now on that. Let's see if there's any left in that we have, or one of our left tackles that we have. Our roster at this point is pretty much completely stripped of any talent that we have that we could possibly trade away aside from starters. So it might take, like, I don't know if you guys want me to trade away a McKinney for Mike Evans. So Mike Evans might be a player that I come back to next episode, because I think with McKinney and these draft picks that I have, I could bring him in, but I would need another middle linebacker. So I'm going to leave that to you guys right now. Let me know in the comment section below, should we go after Mike Evans with one of these middle linebackers that we have? Because we could also offer Quan Alexander. So maybe, like, let's see if this was any closer than the last deal, and it actually looks a little bit higher. So we could either trade Quan Alexander or Bernard McKinney for Mike Evans, but I just want to do what you guys want, and I don't want to trade away a player that you guys want to keep on the team for another player, if that makes sense. So as of right now, we're going to hold on that deal as well, and then maybe come back to it next episode, depending on what you guys want. And the next trade that we're going to see, if there's any type of possibility, is going to be Bobby Wagner with 181 thumbs up. Now, if we can somehow make this deal go through, that might actually be good, because we'd have an extra middle linebacker to use or to have onto the team, and then we could trade away Bernard McKinney or Quan Alexander for Mike Evans. So might be kind of like a ripple effect in terms of these trades, but he is a 91 overall, so it is going to be kind of hard to bring him in. So we do need to find a player that we can add to this deal, or we won't have enough cap space. So let's go to the left tackle position. I don't feel like they're going to be interested in any of these guys. Left outside linebacker, we have Brendan Scarlett. And at cornerback, we have Kevin King that we could add in, and they're interested in none of those guys. I wonder if any team out there is interested in Kevin King. So guys you wanted me to bring in, but like no other team wants them. How about any of these three guys that we have? They're not even interested in TJ Watt. So this is why it gets so hard. And at left guard, we do have Davin Joseph. But, oh no, we have Chad Slade. They're not interested in him either. So let me see if I can, I just want to see how close a deal like this would be. If we threw in, maybe he's a player we could get with just draft picks, but I got to find a player that's worth a lot of money too. So let's throw in Davin Joseph as well, since we'll have enough cap, just if some crazy reason this deal would go through. Let me throw this in there. See, not even a first round draft pick would be enough to get Bobby Wagner. Like, these superstars, it's going to take everything to bring in one superstar, and it's all going to depend on which one is the most thumbed up comment in next episode, because it's just going to take a lot of ripple effects to bring in one of these guys with what we have. I've done like enough finessing to make this team as good as it is, but like, it's just, these players right now are too hard to get. Now, this next comment has a couple options that I am going to consider before we end the trades in this episode. So I want to try to at least make one trade go through, but like I said, I couldn't promise it for today's episode. But there are a couple younger guys that we could use on the team, but it's going to depend on if we have players we could trade away to bring these guys in. So hopefully that all makes sense by this point, because it's just, like, I can't trade away what I don't have, if that makes sense. So, with that said, I cut off the freaking amount of thumbs up it had, but I think it had like 300 and something. The first player off this comment we are going to go after is the cornerback from the New Orleans Saints, and that is Marshon Lattimore. He's an 81 overall, though. I didn't know he was that high of an overall, so see, he might even be too hard to bring in. Now, they do need a right outside linebacker, and we have Alex Anzalone and PJ Dawson that they're not interested in. If we threw these two guys in, that doesn't even come out of the red. So how about, y'all would probably lose your mind if we traded TJ Watt. And they are interested in TJ Watt. And it's not even out of the orange yet, though. So is TJ Watt and like a first round draft pick, is that too much to bring in Marshon Lattimore? Let's just see. I think you guys would. I don't think you want me to trade away TJ Watt, because the whole point of bringing these guys in was to get all all the Watt brothers on one team. So I think we're gonna chill on that front. Like, it's just too much. Jabril Peppers by chance? They're not even interested in Jabril Peppers. Why not? He's a 75 overall rookie. God. Oh, this gets so tricky, man. Brendan Scarlett by chance? Nah, they're not interested in him either. So what about just a first round draft pick from next year? How close would this be? See, that doesn't even get to halfway. Jesus Christ. So, let's throw this one in as, yeah. This isn't going to happen either. This might be a complete dud of a trade portion of an episode because I know I sound like a broken record, but I can't trade away what I don't have. And none of these players, none of these teams are interested in the players that I have that I'm willing to trade away because I'm scared to trade away our starters because it's guys that you wanted me to bring in the first place. So, like, I don't want to make the people that wanted the player to be brought in mad if I trade them away for another player that other people want. Hopefully that makes sense. It's all about trying to keep as many people as happy. That makes sense. Trying to keep as many people as possible happy for this series. So we're going to go back to that comment. This is probably going to be the last player that we try to go after. But the other player in that comment that we are going to go after is a guy I loved coming out of this draft and would not have been mad if the Titans would have got him. And that is, hopefully I'm saying his name right, Hassan Redick. Hey, Hassan? I think somebody made fun of me for pronouncing his name wrong before. I think it's Hassan. Hassan Redick. And he's listed as a middle linebacker, which we could put him on the outside. He's a 77 overall, so it might not be that hard to bring him in. If we could bring him in, I'll be happy. And let's just hold on for a second. If we can get Hassan Redick, that means we'd be willing. We would, I guess, technically overall-wise, downgrade a little bit from these two guys. But then maybe next episode, it's all going to depend on what you guys want, because I'm not going to pull the trigger just yet in this episode. But if we bring them in, which it might not happen, we could trade one of these guys away, like I said, for Mike Evans or any other player that's on a team that needs a middle linebacker. So you guys let me know that in the comment section below. I'm going to have to pay very close attention to the comments in the next episode because, like, to make certain deals happen, I'm going to have to finesse teams and trade away starters and bring in players at other positions, and it's just going to break my brain. But there's a method to my madness, and hopefully sometimes it works. So let's see what they need. They need a cornerback. I have two guys I'm willing to trade away, and of course we're not going to be interested in either of those guys. So we also have right ends that it's like every team needs the same positions, if that makes sense. And there's never players that I'm willing or that they're interested in. Like that's relatively close, but not that close. So defensive tackle, we have two guys that they're not. This is aggravating, man. Nate Orchard, they need a quarterback. Would they be interested in Braxton Miller by chance, or not interested in Jabril Peppers? So are they going to be interested in Braxton Miller? And they're not. That's very freaking disappointing. So let me just try all these positions. Right in, they need a defensive tackle. Throw him in too. And what was the other one? Cornerback. I'll throw in Jonathan Joseph for the heck of it. Is that too much? Let me just throw this deal out there. I just want to see. I just want to see. Just want to see. And it got kind of close, but is it just worth it? Is it worth it? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to chill out and try to set up for an epic, extremely epic trade deadline episode. Now, with that being said, I want to see if there's any players I'm willing to trade away that some teams are interested in, because I'm trying to get as much trade bait as possible for next episode. So I tried last episode, no teams were interested in Ryan Griffin for some reason. Let's see, nobody's ever been interested in Davin Joseph, Caleb Johnson by chance, and nobody's interested in Satele. We saw that last episode. And how about Trey Hendrickson? I'm just going to go through. I mean, somebody's got to be interested in one of these players. They're all young. They're all low 70s, but still sometimes teams are interested in those kind of players. See, this is kind of inside. This is kind of behind the scenes with RBT. This is what I do a lot of times. Because normally some teams, at least one team would be interested a little bit. No, not one team is interested in either of those players. So that kind of sucks. Now, let's go through this defensive tackle. We'll go through I've already tried Nate Orchard. Nobody's interested in him. Brennan Scarlett's a player I'd be willing to trade away. And how about Anzalone? And we'll go through one more set of three players to see if we can find any interest in any of the players I'm willing to trade away. Because if it's like one player in the green, I can at least get a third-round draft pick, and that can help me out a little bit. Like, this is what I have to do all the time. And it ends up working sometimes, and like this, for some reason, even though I think all three of those guys are actual rookies, and they're decent rookies with decent potential, but not one team in the whole entire NFL is willing to give up like a third-round draft pick for them. So that kind of sucks as well. So this episode so far has been a complete dud. So last but not least, we'll try throwing in a couple more players. And Kevin King is the guy we just got, but I'm still going to throw him in there just for the heck of it. Any team interested in any of these players, one team is interested in Kevin King. But you guys don't want me to trade away Kevin King, so I'll keep that on the down low for now. But what about the other? There's another team interested in Kevin King. See, so why are some teams interested in Kevin King, but not other guys who are like the same overall? That's very confusing. But I guess it's Madden for you. So I'm looking at no teams being interested in the guys that I want to trade away right now. So that kind of sucks. So with that said, this is going to be the first episode that we don't actually trade away for a player. But don't be alarmed, because that just means we can potentially set up for a huge trade deadline episode, because I'm going to come out firing from all cylinders, getting somebody that you guys want to see. So with that said, there's one thing I do need to do for today's episode, and I think that we might actually end up getting a trade out of this. Just bear with me. So a lot of you, I'll try to find the comment, but a lot of you wanted me to convert Jabril Peppers to corner. So that is exactly what I'm going to do right now. I don't know what his overall is going to be. Don't know if he'll be higher than Kevin King or not, but you'll see what I am doing. Jabril Peppers, very athletic. He can play corner, can play linebacker too. A lot of people wanted me to put him to linebacker. Maybe that's the thing you guys want me to do. Put him to linebacker, middle linebacker that is, as a backup, and then trade away either McKinney or the other guy that we have. Is completely slipping my mind. But we can trade one of those guys away and get one of them like Evans or somebody like that. With that said, we also need to sign a free agent, free safety. And Jabril Peppers is a 66 overall corner. I'm just doing what you guys said. Maybe he'll play better than a 66 overall, but as of right now, I'm just doing what you guys want. Now, with that said, since he is going to be a cornerback, I am going to go ahead and ship off Jonathan Joseph. I know he's a higher overall, but maybe he'll free up some cap space, and then we might get like a 4th round draft pick or something for him. With that being the case, we can maybe use that next episode. I just need to find one team interested in him. Somebody's got to be interested in 78 overall. I know he's older, but somebody's got to be at least a little bit interested in Jonathan Joseph. Like the Colts were interested in Kevin King, but not a veteran 6 overall higher. So with that said, not one team is interested in Jonathan Joseph. So what I'm going to do is that means we'll probably get like a 5th round draft pick for him. But, I mean, that's better than nothing, and that will free up some cap room so we can get a more expensive player next episode. So we got to find a team whose number 1 or number 2 need is cornerback, and that is the Bills. But even though they're not technically interested in him, maybe we can get something decent for him since it is their number 1 need. So we're not going to get a 3rd round draft pick, and that didn't look too promising at all. I mean, I guess I'd take a 5th round draft pick, and that looks pretty close. So with that, I might just go ahead and throw in that 7th that I had and basically just be trading up for a 5th. Maybe this will work. Maybe I need to throw in a player. Like, what's a player that they need? They need a free safety. We don't have a free safety. Maybe I trade away PJ Dawson that we literally just signed so we can get this 5th round draft pick, and it was accepted. So we free up a little bit of cap space. We get a 5th round draft pick that we will utilize in next episode. If anything, use a 5th and 7th to trade up to like a 4th or something. And we have 2 positions we do need to fill out in free agency, and that is free safety, and we need to go ahead and get another outside linebacker. So with that said, let's go ahead and get ourselves a free safety since we converted Jabril Peppers over to corner. We'll get this rookie Marcus Williams off this Saints practice squad. And last but not least, we need a right outside linebacker, and that we were down to 2 guys in last episode. And that was Ryan Anderson was the other guy who I wanted. So we'll pick him up since we just traded away the guy we just signed in last episode, and that was PJ Dawson. But, I mean, it was a lot of work for pretty much nothing, but if anything, it just sets you guys up for next episode and leaving your suggestions for a huge trade deadline episode. And last but not least, before we jump into the gameplay, I think I'm going to go ahead and put Jabril Peppers as a 4th cornerback. And I know he's like a really low overall, and you guys have to decide in the comments in today's episode what I should do with him moving forward, because I still think one of the players that we are going to try to get in next episode is another star cornerback. It's either going to be a star cornerback or star wide receiver, or whoever you guys want to see. So we might use one of our middle linebackers as trade bait. With that being the case, we might have to convert Jabril Peppers to middle linebacker, but I'm going to be paying close attention to all the comments, so be sure to voice your opinion in the comment section below. So I do apologize since no deals went through, but we tried our absolute best, and we're about to jump into this game against the Denver Broncos, and hopefully we'll win and improve to over 500 for the first time this season. So regardless, still hope you guys enjoyed. Let's smash the like if you did. Leave your comments, comment section below to have your voice heard for the trade deadline episode. With that said, let's jump into this game. Travel to Denver. Rub our nips for good luck and be great. First run of this ball game, Jay Ajayi has a big hole, runs right over a Denver Bronco Down at the 37-yard line, we were really effective running the football in last episode. Play action pass to play out, always throw interceptions on. He's open this time, 100%. John Ross, the speedster. He might have the edge, and he is going to get caught. How can you be the fastest player in the NFL and get caught by TJ Ward? But regardless, still a very big play by the main man, John Ross, which we haven't seen much from in a couple episodes, and I've done freaking forgot. Now that I remember, in one of my comments, I'm glad I just thought about this all of a sudden, you guys wanted me to put Tyreek Hill as our #1 punt and kick returner, so we're going to do that today, although John Ross is a little bit faster, 1 speed faster, but that's the move. That's what you guys wanted. I'll have to do it officially after this game. But at least for today, he'll be our punt and kick returner. Hopefully you guys are happy with that. So, first down and goal from the 7-yard line. Still a big play. I don't know why I was complaining. Kind of just kidding a little bit, but still thought he was going to outrun TJ Ward. But anyways, halfback draw of the middle. He's going to not break a tackle, but down to the 5-yard line. Second down and goal from the 5. No mistakes. No mistakes. We're going to fumble. 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 And they pick it up. God dang. God dang. That's not a good sign of things to come. Kind of wish John Ross would have scored a touchdown on that play since we fumbled the football. Jabril, the veteran, shouldn't be doing that. But hey, it's Madden. Also, another thing, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below if the volume is good in terms of gameplay versus the commentary. I don't want one to be louder than the other or a little bit too loud, as Jamal Charles is getting the start today and has a pretty big carry in the first play. But let me know if I need to turn the game volume down or if I need to turn the commentary up or vice versa or whatever. I just want this to be perfected, and it's always a little bit different, my editing software anyways, opposed to YouTube. And if I can just get this to work properly, this will make my editing experience so much easier if I can use this software to record. And that just means more videos for you guys. So I'm trying to make it as good as possible. After a sack and a small 2-yard gain, it is now a 3rd and 18 for the Broncos. No way they pick this up. Hopefully, we can get this stop right here. Got the dig route. I got it covered. They're going to throw it short to Jamal Charles, and DRC is going to be all over that one, as we did turn the ball over, like at the 5-yard line, but at least we get the ball right back and hopefully good field position. You know what? I'm going to keep it live right here since you guys wanted to see Tyreek Hill as our punt returner. I understand why, because he's such a big, big play threat, as you've seen the last couple episodes out of the Wildcat, if anything. And he is not going to get a chance to return this. This is going to be down to the 1, isn't it? Oh, God. Just get away from it so you don't see Tyreek Hill return his first punt. But it was almost down at the 1-yard line, and I about made a mistake and recovered that. Second down and 14. Can we get something back after that last bad play? A's going to be open. That's going to be John Ross. He has the speed, man. This time he's got to break away. John Ross, with his 98 speed, is going to get into the end zone, having a huge first quarter. That has to be over 100 yards already. Just a small little slant pattern, but with that type of explosiveness, can take it all the way as we take a 7-0 lead. And as a little small note, I've been trying to stop my recordings every so often to make sure the volume and everything's good from what I can tell. And my mic, and my sound and my mouth got a little bit offset, and I don't know why it does it randomly. So if something like that happens for the rest of the episode, I apologize, but I'm trying my best. Rip. Rip. Like I have any control about that. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. That's going to be 2 straight penalties. That's going to be a roughing the passer, isn't it? Now even Madden's getting weak. Holding? Oh. Sorry. This got to be a sack. Jadeveon Clowney is all over Trevor Siemian. And this is one reason I thought we had a good advantage, or a good chance in today's game, because we have a huge advantage at the line of scrimmage, in the trenches. So our defensive line of front 7 is amazing, and that's one of the weak points for the Broncos is their offensive line. So I think we probably can get pressure all game long, and gosh dang it. We had them to a 2nd and 25, and they're going to get an automatic first down for a god dang face mask. Like I intentionally pressed a button to have TJ Watt grab Jamal Charles by the face mask when he had him in the backfield. Brilliant play. Gotta love Madden. We get another sack. Whitney Merciless, or Merciless, whatever you guys call it. I say it one way, people complain. I say it the other people complain. But regardless, freaking Whitney Houston with a huge sack, as that's like already our 3rd sack in just a little bit over a quarter of gameplay. So 3rd down and 10. Hopefully no face mask here. Our defense is playing great so far. Hopefully don't freaking count my lizards before they hack. Let me get another sack. J.J. Watt makes his presence felt. As that's like our 4th sack, man. That is our 4th sack. I didn't count my freaking lizards before they hatched. Showing you guys this because I have a really, really good feeling about this return from Tyreek Hill. Just kidding. He's going to kick it out of bounds. Pussy. So we haven't necessarily made the most of this field position, but we still have a chance with 3rd down and 11. Hopefully we can convert. Nobody's covering DeAndre Hopkins. If that outside linebacker who's on the line doesn't drop back in coverage immediately, I might just throw it to him. And he did. God dang. I think RB's going to be open, though. No, that's a pick. That's a pick waiting to happen. That might please be a flag against them. I just threw it. I just really threw it. Please be a flag against them. Or it's a pick. Holding? Defense? Offense? Offense. Well, they got the ball. Just consider it a really bad punt. Dog, I know y'all don't see everything that happens in the gameplay once I go through the editing, but our offense or our defensive line is completely overpowering this offensive line of the Broncos. McKinney's going to be there, but we get the tackle. That was a nice job. But I think that's Merciless as well who made that tackle. He's having a great game. Our whole front seven's having a great game because I thought Jamal Charles was about to have enough space to get the first down. But regardless, we make the stop and force another Bronco punt. Hopefully this time, though, I don't throw a pick. So I will say, as much as I've been bragging on our defensive line, the defensive line of the Broncos has been playing really well. And the front seven in general, we've not been able to run the football at all, aside from like the first play of the ball game. And Tyreek Hill is going nowhere on the Wildcat, which you probably haven't seen it because every time we run it's for a loss. So let's see if we can pick this up. If not, we'll have to punt it once again. Feel like this is going to be good. Feel like this is going to be good. Oh, if we could have had a split second more, we had that guy in the out route open. That would have been John Ross again. We have to punt the football again, man. So it looks like the defenses are really taking over. 3rd down and 13. Pretty much playing perfect defensively. Hopefully that doesn't change right here. Nobody's open. J.J. Watt's going to come in for another sack. I guess he gets credited with half that sack. But J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney, man, creating a ton of havoc in that front seven for our Beast Texans defense, man. This is honestly one of the greatest defensive performances I've seen so far from any of the teams we've ever put together in any of my Connected Franchise series ever on YouTube. And that's saying a lot. DeAndre Hopkins, be great. Be great. Go flag. That's a good thing about running this play every so often. That happened in last episode. And before that, I don't think it had ever happened in any of our Connected Franchises. Just throwing it deep one-on-one. I mean, this is what happens in the real NFL. They chunk the ball deep in one-on-one coverage, and pass interference gets called half the time. And that's what we get right there. It might be a little cheesy, but we move the ball into almost the red zone automatically after one play on that drive. So we got to take advantage here. At least we can potentially kick a field goal if we don't turn the ball over like we did earlier, making a 2-possession game. But let's see if we can actually get Tyreek Hill out of the Wildcat working. And we've tried 3 times and I think lost like 8 or 9 yards in those 2 carries combined. But it's going to work right here. 3rd down and 3. Got to be smart with the football. A's going to be open. That's going to be Brandon Marshall if he hangs on. It is not going to be a touchdown, but down to the 1-yard line. Brandon Marshall has been such a huge acquisition, man, ever since you guys suggested for me to get him. Got to kind of hurry up, though, but I wouldn't mind chewing the rest of the clock. We're going to run a fullback dive. A fullback dive up the middle. We have to take advantage of Derek Watt. I mean, he's one of the best fullbacks in the league, and we don't use him as much as we should. But from the 1-yard line, it should work. Derek Watt right up the middle into the end zone as the Watt brothers are taking over in this ball game, creating havoc and being great as we take a 14-0 lead.
If you don't know about Deco by now, rude boy, check out the
fumble. Pick it up, J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt's a freaking beast, dude. J.J. Watt makes the big hit, recovers the fumble, and if he could have had a clean recovery, could have took it for 6, dude. But our defense, man, this is the most impressive performance, like I said, I've ever seen in any of my Connected Franchises. Absolutely incredible. As we see a replay, oh my God, dude, what a freaking hit from J.J. Watt. Bah! Bah! Is that a goat? Do I hear a goat? RB. Uh-oh. Run it out of the... Man. That just makes me lose my heart on. No wonder they suck. Trevor Siemian can't even line underneath the freaking center. McKinney gets free, man. But a nice little pass there from Trevor Siemian. And that's like maybe the second first down they've gotten all game long. 3rd down and 3. Bringing pressure. As Trevor Siemian's been pretty freaking composed on this drive, I must say. This has been the best drive they've had so far. They've strung together 3 straight first downs. So, Gotta try to keep him out of the end zone, man. I want to keep it a 2-possession game. It looks like Trevor Siemian's starting to get a little bit more composed versus the pressure, so I need to stop blitzing as much and letting the receivers get open downfield. Offensive line's playing a little bit better as well, so we need to just play a little bit of coverage and see if we can generate pressure from just our front three. I say that, and I'm going to blitz the very next play. Second down and 4. I have a good feeling about it. This is going to be a draw play. We're going to be all over that in the backfield. Jamal Charles stays up for a second, but we have another Texan there to make the tackle. Third down and 5. Can we hold him to a field goal? We actually stripped the ball. What a play there from Janoris Jenkins. I'm not sure which receiver that is, but he drops the football. Well, I guess stripped technically from Janoris Jenkins. So that would have been a first down, but now we're forcing the Denver Broncos to a field goal. And even if they make this, it's still a 2-possession game, so not necessarily a bad drive defensively. We let them string together a few first downs in there. Oh my God, how did he make that? How did this dude make the ball curve like that? Since the Broncos have a very good front 7, I want to see if my offensive line can open up such a big hole as they did in last episode on the same exact play. And a little bit of a hole there. Tyreek Hill gets blasted up the middle, but this is the running play that was working all game long in the last episode. It's like our offensive line was freaking splitting the Red Sea every single play. So let's see. I just want to see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So like the offensive line goes beast mode on this particular play in this formation. Let's see. This time, look at that hole, man. I'm telling you. I found the freaking broken play in this playbook. So with third down and 9, let's see if we can pick this up. Gotta be smart with the football, though. John Ross is going to be open on this dig route. He's going to make the reception. Big catch. And crazy enough, Drew Brees is 4 of 11 on this ball game. And I think 3 out of his 4 catches, maybe all 4, have gone to John Ross. The third down and 10. Can Justin Tucker make a field goal from here? I'm not sure. So hopefully we can at least get a couple yards on this play. Brandon Marshall is open. Can he hang on to the catch? And he doesn't. So that's like the first time Brandon Marshall's really let us down in this series. It's a 60-yard field goal, and it's telling me to go for it. So they must have faith in Justin Tucker. My controller's vibrating like crazy. Let's see if we can make this, man. Come on, Justin Tucker. It's a little bit inaccurate. It's going to be right down the middle, and Justin Tucker bounces off the upright and in, baby. Let's go, Justin Tucker. Kicking freaking bombs, man. Shades of Cody Parkey from the Brown series with the field goal to put us back on top by 14. Just freaking squirted it in there. Dude, thank God you guys told me to trade for Justin Tucker because he's the freaking GOAT. Third down and 8. Let's see if we can get the ball back, and then if we do, we can just run out the clock for the most part. They're going to throw a little dump off here to Demarius Thomas, who's really done nothing in this game. It might be actually his first catch the whole entire game. Unless they go for it here, which they might. You gonna do it? They are going to go for it. So we're gonna run our trusty steed, the Tampa 2 defense, and see when they come out of this formation, it's usually like underneath routes, and the 2 inside slot receivers run out routes. But let's see. Yep, that's exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought. Got it covered, and I stopped. And he overthrew it. Oh, we catch a break there. As Trevor Siemian was a little bit too inaccurate, he found my stupid zone that I opened up personally from being an awful user of a linebacker. But regardless, it works out in our favor, so thank God I did that, as we get the ball back and probably can just trap the clock and get another W and finally improve to over 500 on the year. Jay Ajayi might take this one to the house, boys. Does he have the speed? And he does. Jay Ajayi to the house. I've ran the counter twice in this game, and both times it's worked for huge plays, and it's never worked previously, so the counter's working in this game, but the Wildcat that always works hasn't been working in this game. So regardless, on the first play of the drive, we get a huge 40-something yard touchdown, which pretty much seals the deal. As if we end up losing this game, I'll give every single one of you the username and password to my YouTube channel. Uh-oh, that's a touchdown. That's a gosh dang touchdown. McKinney didn't have any speed, and I was too busy wasn't putting mid-roll ads in one of my videos. But they scored the first touchdown in the game, which kind of sucks, because I would have helped out our stats. But I guess it doesn't matter. If we get this onside kick, we should win. 100%. Like I said, if I don't, I'll give every single one of you the username and password of my channel, and y'all can fight over it. Looks like we're going to win. Des Bryant actually does something for the first time in today's game. Just for the heck of it, can he do it twice in a row? Justin Tucker. Is he the GOAT? That's actually a perfect field goal. And that's going to curve right down the middle. So Justin Tucker with a 60 and 58-yard field goal in this game. And y'all hear a goat? I hear a goat in my room. Y'all hear that goat? Is that a sheep or goat? Is that the sound that a goat makes? It's just a sheep. So I think that is going to do it. 3, 2, 1. And we officially get the win 27-10 over the Denver Broncos. Wasn't really pretty, but a complete dominant performance from our defense, which is pretty much the sole reason we won this game. Put us in great opportunities and limited the Broncos to pretty much nothing aside from that one drive where they had that one big play. But aside from that, man, our defense was absolutely phenomenal. When you look at the stats here, it's going to be kind of interesting and kind of odd because Drew Brees, I think, completed like 4 passes all game, but it was enough to get the win at 33.3% completion percentage, 4 of 12. But 2 of those were huge plays, and he did have that one deep pass that doesn't count towards the stats, but ended up drawing a pass interference, which led to a touchdown. And yeah, so Trevor Siemian, 18-27, 172 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Drew Brees, 4 of 12, 166 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Rushing wise, Jay Ajayi had 63 yards and Tyreek Hill had 16. Like I said, the Wildcat really wasn't working much in this game, and Jamal Charles did have 28, and Derek Watt did have 1 carry for 1 yard. That's for a touchdown. And Demaryius Thomas had 6 receptions. I feel like he only had 1, but he had 6. And John Ross had 3 for 152. And the only other reception was Brandon Marshall, so nothing really from our 2 big receivers, DeAndre Hopkins and Dez Bryant. But, I mean, this is enough to get the win. I do want to see our defensive stats because somebody had to have some crazy stats. J.J. Watt had 8 tackles. T.J. and J.J. Watt, both, the 2 brothers on defense, combined for 16 total tackles. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, we had 6 sacks, I think? 6 total sacks. J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney both with 4, or 2, respectively. So that's pretty lit. We played pretty lit. And I'm glad we're 4-3 on the year. Better than the 0-3 we were 4 episodes ago. And something else that I wanted to show you guys really quick is look at our team overall. It doesn't show this in like the pregame menu, but we're a 94 overall, a 99 overall offense, and a 95 overall defense. So if we can make some trades the next episode, we'll be trading our way potentially to a 99 overall team. I don't know how a 99 overall offense and a 95 overall defense makes it into a 94 overall team. That should be like a 97 or 90, at least a 97. Yeah, it should be a 97 if you combine the offense and defense and take their average. But we're working our way up to a 99 overall, and I think if we use our trade bait wisely, in next episode we could end up with a full 99 overall team. So that's pretty freaking crazy. But with that said, guys, that is going to do it for today's episode of the Houston Texans Connected Franchise Series. Gonna go ahead and sim to the trade deadline. We're gonna be taking on the Detroit Lions, who are 2-5 on the year. So we should be able to get this win and improve to 5-3 on the year. Like I said, man, this is the trade deadline, so be sure to take your last chance to suggest your trades for this series in the comment section below. We're going to be looking for some superstars, man. Maybe a wide receiver. Honest to God, I think we're in more need of either another superstar corner, maybe a superstar outside linebacker, but I think we're still going to keep TJ Watt just because he's TJ Watt and we're keeping all the Watt brothers on the same team. But it's up to you guys. Let me know in the comment section below because this is your series. You run it how you want to run it, so just let me know what players you want me to get. So with that said, hopefully you did enjoy it, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. If you hit 2,000 likes like we have on every single episode up to this point, that would be awesome. If you guys are excited for the trade deadline episode, let me know as well. And be sure as well to let me know if you think after this episode, you would like to see maybe I play 2 or 3 games of this series to kind of speed up the rest of the regular season in one episode in like a live stream. But that's completely up to you guys. Just let me know your feedback on that in the comments below. But with that said, I'm going to stop talking. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.